Hey guys, this is Intercactus. So, this is the most boring but rewarding team I've ever made. It's stall. I didn't think stall was a thing in competitive Yokai Watch 3, but I was clearly mistaken. And I built this. I'm really happy about it. I'm really happy with how it is. But this is going to be the most boring video I've ever made. You're going to be sitting at the screen 5 minutes of fuck all. But then it's going to be really fun at the end because we're just going to destroy everything. So, we've got our main three here just to stall everything out. We've got, that should be Grouchy, but we'll leave it there. And Durfant and Machunyan because they can both live at least 2 hits. And then Fukurukuju because he can revive, which will re-trigger the skill. He can revive multiple, he can revive a lot of times actually. And then we pair that with Ultimate Boosting from Originyan. Who will also help out our boy T-Rex, who I've never really used before, but this, I didn't need to level up anything. All we need to do is bring him in, protected, use this ultimate, and then, hang on, I gotta move it back a bit. This team is basically, we stall for 5 minutes, we get to sudden death, and then we bring in T-Rex, his ultimate will be charged because it's 5 minutes, and I have Machunyan, and it automatically hits all 3 opponents. So, and if you didn't know, sudden death makes all hits go to 999 and all yokai will use their attack. So it's going to be a really quick kill. And then if there are yokai left over, we bring in Righteous Sazzle, who when you bring him in, he gets a priority hit. So he basically gets max out speed, gets a hit first, and then it's always a crit, which doesn't really matter, but it's more fun to watch. You could do something like not neck speed. Oh no, neck speed would work. Could he? I don't remember his skill, but something like Zappary or Minimoto or Run Sure if you're that guy. I'd use Righteous Sazzle because he's cool and the crits are cool. So we have that, so we'll get a KO, and then we have Red Rush, so we can get another KO. And since all of them are guaranteed KOs, he's just gonna keep doing them. So it can be stopped in its tracks by yokai like Durfant, so have to be careful there. But I've used this team a total of 1 time and it did great. So let's use it again. My explanations are usually a lot faster than that, are usually a lot longer than this, but this is going to be a super boring battle. So I figured I may as well just leave it. So I don't know really what to talk about in this 5-minute gap. So so I did a video about a month ago about my top 5 favorite yokai, and I feel like that list is a bit outdated, like really outdated, because I only started playing comp a month ago. So my opinions on yokai have vastly changed in the past month. And by the way, in the past month I've grown so much. I really appreciate every single one of those subscribers. So no matter how long you've been around, if you've been around since my shitty Dame Dead Time video, thanks. So I've only started doing serious content for about a month, which is fun. But the first video I did that kicked off that whole thing was my top 5 favorite yokai, and it was horrible. The audio mixing was horrific. My mic was awful. Nothing sounded good. You could barely hear me, like. It was just not very good. So I wanted to update the list. I put it a community post of my top 5 favorites, and I kind of just want to go through them and explain them. So my number 1 favorite yokai hasn't changed. It's still Eterna. It used to just be because I liked her design, and she did really well in my Zen Tower runs and just generally in my playthrough post-game team. But now I've come to love her in competitive as well, because she makes some yokai like Cornuplanty really good, and I really like Cornuplanty. Slow physical attackers are kind of really cool, and Eterna can do real well on her own with her ultimate and just being a good drain attacker. Yeah, there's nothing that really changed about my opinion on Eterna. It's just no, I'm just been talking about how there has been a difference, but you know what I'm getting at. Like, my opinion on Eterna has only grown since because of her usage in competitive. So then she's my favorite, but the other 4 are just no particular order. So I'm gonna hurry up a bit because I think we still got like 3 minutes left. So number 2, I'm gonna say is Shrook. I'm really enjoying Shrook. I've got a video coming out on him tomorrow. Not a long video, but it's good enough to explain what he actually does and why he's so good. But I did not give a shit about Shrook until the day I'm recording this, because I recorded so many videos today. I made the Flocktopus video, the Mython video. I basically made this whole week of videos today. So I'm pretty happy with it, with how I've been working. And the script for the Shrook video is open on Google as I'm speaking. I'm just not bothered reading it at the moment. I wanted to get this done first because I don't want the idea to slip out of my head. So yeah, I like Shrook because I love his design. He's doesn't really much to talk about with his design. I just like the color teal and the face, devious looking face, and I like him in competitive a lot. He's one of my favorite tanks to use because he has like really good defense and HP for a B rank, first of all, and he's got good spirit and a fucking draining ultimate so he can heal himself, so he can actually perform really well. Fill out a slippery unity if you need him to. He's just a great yokai all around, like in competitive. So yeah, that's why I like Shrook. Basically, he's just such a fun yokai to use in competitive. His skill is worthless. Oh, that drop's just gonna kill itself. Cool, it'll make my job easier. But his skill is basically worthless. I calculated it earlier. It's a quarter of the damage he takes, but since his defense is so high and he's going to be guarding most of the time because you have him holding a shielding soul, it's not really important. The highest damage I've ever gotten with it is like 23, so I wouldn't really bother too much with that skill. But overall, Shrook's an awesome yokai. I'd highly recommend him to anyone who's looking for something different with their low rank tank. So yeah, next yokai, number 3, I'ma say, I forget what I put on the community post. Hang on, I'm going back onto the community post. Oh shit. The one thing that can counter this team actually is Professor Plumage. But if you're getting countered by Professor Plumage, just switch your yokai in as he's using this ultimate. Switching your Righteous Dazzle is a bit risky, but it kind of works. Anyway, number 3, Starwin. Oh, hang on, I'll come back to this after. So all we do is bring in T-Rex into our Fant, and then we use T-Rex's ultimate immediately. And this should just auto kill the 3 yokai. It doesn't matter how low his base power is, it automatically hits all 3. So yeah, that's just a free 3 kills. Oh shit, sudden death didn't start. Okay, so if you fuck up like me, you can still carry it on. You can just sub in your Righteous Dazzle and it'll work from there. So that's the good thing. That's why we use Endura Phantom Match because they just live. They just keep going. Yep, and then we just win. It's just an auto win button at that point. Cool. So anyway, my number 3 favorite yokai is Starwin, and he's not great in competitive. Generally healers aren't, but I'd actually rather use him as a tank with a shielding soul because he's got good defense. He can move around. He wants to move around a lot because of Deep Thinker. And he's just generally a really nicely designed yokai. Like, he's just a little baby Darwin, but he's riding a Galapagos turtle and he's got a finch on his head. Like, that's so cool. It's so cute. I love him. One of my favorite, probably my favorite design yokai. Alright, number 4, no Sand Q. I really have no reason for liking him. It's unconditional love. That's what, yeah, love is unconditional. So that's what old man Coelho taught me. Love is unconditional. So I don't really have to. Do you really care why I like No Sand Q? Do you care why I like the purple sand yokai? I don't think you do. Anyway, number 5 is Tunatic because he's funny. And he's a red fish. And he's a red... Oh my god, he's a red herring. Is he? I don't know what a red herring is. Let me look that up. I wouldn't call him a red herring. Actually, after reading the definition of a red herring, but he's a red fish, and he's a good one because he's got fire play, and he's one of my favorite fire. He's probably my favorite fire attacker. I don't think I have to explain myself any further. There's nothing really else to talk about with the team. Just make sure you pay attention. Don't fuck up like I did with T-Rex because it auto hits everything. So it'll automatically get you 3 kills off the bat. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'd actually replace one of the Machonian with another Endurofant. I just put in Machonian because I didn't have a second Endurofant and I wanted to get this done quickly. So actually that's about it. So yeah, man.